we will be putting a QO arc fault breaker inside this panel. So technically, that should be it. Alright everybody, welcome to another fantabulous day. It's a little bit cold outside, but regardless, let's go ahead and get on with today's project. So, we're over here at a person's basement. I already did a little walkthrough upstairs real quick. Everything seemed like it was okay. I noticed some things down here. No smoke detectors. So we're going to be getting that switched out. Get some smoke carbons down here. Make it code compliant and go through a little bit, making sure there's no deficient wiring. Now, some people get confused and they think deficient wiring, anything that's hanging off the ceiling. But when you got things like this is low voltage. So it's not really anything deficient about that. Could it be done differently? Could it be done better? Absolutely. But technically nothing wrong with it. Now, when you have Romex like this, for your main wiring, if that was hanging below the ceiling, that'd be an issue. But anything low voltage, nah. I think we're okay there. But let's just go ahead and double check. Everything looks good. Yeah, absolutely. So we are good on that. We'll just go and replace the smoke detector carbon right there. And we should be good there. We will be putting a QO arc fault breaker inside this panel. I'll be figuring out which circuit that is here shortly. Getting that switched out. A circuit tracer, which you're going to plug this in. And we're going to use this tool. Now I can just go out the panel and flip whatever breaker until it's done, but show you guys a little nifty little thing. So technically, that should be it. And absolutely, and also shut off my lights. So we're going to use this one as a main point of reference. Hang up and over into the next part of the bay of the wall. Hopefully we'll be able to get it up there and shoot across. Be able to land it out on the other side just as fine. But we are going to make sure that that can actually be attainable. Should be able to feed a wire down. I hope what I can do is get it right around this side, be able to come down. And then be able to just swing the wire right over to here. Since the GFI is already here, can go down feed on the load side, hitting that outlet next. As you can see, the truss go this way. Now, if they were going this way, all I would have to do is poke a wire up through here, come along over here, have it come back, it will go down. You can take a wire, shove it up through there after I drill my hole, have it come over to here and grab it, have it come right over to there, drop it down. Now I know what people are thinking, why aren't you using a multi-tool? One, don't know what's in these walls. If I use a multi-tool, I cut into something that I'm not supposed to cut into. Water leaks, electrical, be a big deal. So I'd just rather not. That way, if I feel something, I can stop immediately. We're able to get the wire from there to here. Now we're going to get it over to here, so that way we can drop it down to there. And you want to avoid that. unused terminals I always sink in. That way nothing is extending outwards that it shouldn't be. Alright, we are back. As you can see, we got a good majority of the wires pulled. Ended up having to shut off GoPro for a couple of reasons, but we're about ready to pull this other one from over to here. So basically, once we get that pulled, everything will be good to go. So let's get to it. All this is being fed off of QO 120. Now, can you do one whole section where you can have a dual function combination breaker? Absolutely. We're doing something a little bit different. I also usually pre-cut these before getting them into the box, because when you get into the box, it's hard to cut the wires while you're inside. Those pre-cuts that we just did, slide right off, slide right off. So yeah, those pre-cuts, beautiful. Some people like to just go ahead and take both sets, peel them off onto each set of the screw. But what we're going to do is we're going to wire net all this, 2 whites, 2 blacks, and the 2 grounds on one single strand, because we don't do that. Let me tell you why. If the duplex itself decides to malfunction, what's going to happen is that part of that duplex is going to malfunction, and it might run current next one. Now, what I was doing on the other side of the pounding and everything is that around here, we were able to fish wire from overhead, come down, I stapled, coming down right into the box. So that's what we did. Now, I'm going to shut the power off, go and connect the GFI to the rest of the wiring, and switch out the breaker while everything's turned off. So let's go ahead and do that. Boop. Wow, as if I already knew it, where the breaker was. Make sure it still trips, right? Okay. So we are back for a moment. I went and looked it up. Under 680.41, all emergency switches for spas and hot tubs need to be clearly labeled as an emergency shutoff or control switch for the purpose of stopping the motors, provide power to the recirculation system and jet system, shall be installed at a point readily accessible to the users and not less than 5 feet away, adjacent to and within sight of the spa or hot tub. So that means we are going to need to move that disconnect at least another 4 to 5 feet to the right. That is going to be on a different day, as it is 3:41 right now. Not enough time to really go out, go get supplies and come back, as just not enough time in the day for that. So we will be back on another day. Have a good one, guys. We shut the power off once again, and we will change out the breaker in the panel. Now, typically a breaker only lands one wire. Well, this breaker will land both the neutral and the hot, and then the neutral will come up and land into the neutral bar from this tail here. Just to give you a quick review, there is one lug back there that has 2 neutrals going into it. Now, why that's bad is because after time, they start to vibrate, and as they vibrate, they get loose. If they get loose, it causes issues, and that create arcing issues and then potential fires. Let's see if she holds. Absolutely she does. That means it was not sharing a neutral, which... So with that in conclusion, that takes care of our outlets for your 612 rule, as we discussed earlier. We took care of the smoke detectors, which again, let's just do one little quick walkthrough. 1, 2, along with your miscellaneous outlets. 3 and 4. And with all consideration, after everything is done and said for, make sure that with every mess, we clean up. And see folks, does not take that long to clean up. As if nothing ever happened, disregarding the holes. We got our nice panel set up. They got 2 more screws than they originally had. We got their smokes. Everything else is pretty much ready to go for them to succeed. Other than that, guys, till next time.